Donald Trump has suggested he is open to diplomatic efforts to resolve the standoff with North Korea, urging Pyongyang to come to the table and make a deal in a marked shift from his previous rhetoric. The U.S. is making progress in resolving the nuclear issue, the U.S. president said at a joint press conference with South Korea's President, Moon Jae-in. "I think we're making progress. I do see certain movement, yes, but let's see what happens," Trump said in Seoul, where he is spending 2 days of his 12-day tour of Asia. "It makes sense for North Korea to come to the table and to make a deal that's good for the people of North Korea," he said. Rather than give a specific update on recent developments over the North's nuclear program, he said he preferred to play our cards close to the vest. Trump lowered the temperature on his previously incendiary language about North Korea. There were no threats of unleashing fire and fury on the North, as Trump has previously warned, nor did the president revive his derisive nickname for North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, Little Rocket Man. However, North Korea showed little sign of retreating from efforts to develop nuclear-armed missiles. "As long as the U.S. and its followers continue their hostile acts against us, we will further bolster our nuclear, treasured sword of justice," the Rodong Sinmun newspaper, the mouthpiece of the ruling Workers' Party, said in a commentary. Trump's Asia tour. In response to the North Korean threat, Trump said South Korea would be purchasing billions of dollars worth of military equipment from the U.S. "That, frankly, for them, makes a lot of sense, and for us it means jobs. It means reducing our trade deficit," he said. In brief remarks welcoming him to the presidential residence, Moon lavished the U.S. leader with praise, congratulating Trump on making great progress on making America great again. Later on Tuesday, the two leaders will sit down for a state dinner that features an exquisite 360-year-old soy sauce, meaning it predates the U.S. itself. Timeline: the U.S. president must grapple with the thorny issues of North Korea's nuclear ambitions as well as trade wars in Asia on one of the trickiest diplomatic tours in decades. The 5th of November 2017, Trump warns of the North Korean threat and says Japanese orders for U.S.-made military equipment will help keep Japan safe. Read more. The 7th of November 2017, the North Korea rhetoric softens as the president suggests he is open to diplomatic efforts to resolve the nuclear crisis. Read more. The 8th of November 2017, Xi Jinping is likely to roll out the reddest of red carpets for Trump during his 3 days in Beijing. The difficult issues of trade in North Korea again are likely to dominate the agenda. The 10th of November 2017, Trump swings through Da Nang for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation meeting featuring one Vladimir Putin, before flying to Hanoi for talks with Vietnam's president about boosting economic and security cooperation. The 12th of November 2017, U.S.-Filipino relations have plummeted under President Rodrigo Duterte, who shares some populist and mercurial characteristics with his guest. The war on drugs and Islamic terror could join North Korea on the agenda. Thank you for your feedback. Trump's focus on renegotiating a trade deal with South Korea. His opening remarks repeatedly referred to economic issues before North Korea drew criticism from some quarters. "It's too early to discuss trade and economic deals," said Park Jae-min, a South Korean politician. Reassuring the U.S. commitment to its alliance with South Korea is what Trump needs to focus on. And dealing with North Korea in a peaceful way. "This can't just be seen as Trump using the visit to sell weapons to South Korea," said Min Pyong-do, a lawmaker from the ruling Democratic Party. "Weapons are a part of it, but it's more important to build a cooperative relationship, not one where the U.S. acts unilaterally." Many in central Seoul were unhappy at Trump's arrival. Throngs of protesters lined the streets outside the meeting, some holding signs that said "No war, yes peace." "We should never trust someone who said a war will be not on U.S. soil," said Kim Jun-sung, a protester, making a reference to Trump's earlier comments. Sung Hyun, a member of the People's Democratic Party, had been on a hunger strike for 2 days, holding a placard that likened Trump to Adolf Hitler. "South Koreans are accustomed to living with the threat of war. The main difference now is Trump and his tendency to increase tensions with Kim Jong-un," said Won Thaek-kong, a politics professor at Seoul National University. "I hope he can see what Seoul is like, a vibrant and thriving city, and that he will realize how damaging a war would be for us." But not everyone was opposed to Trump's visit. In the days before Trump arrived, nationalist protesters erected a sign on the pavement outside the U.S. Embassy in Seoul that read, "Mr. Trump, we are not afraid to. We want you to strike North Korea now. Trump needs to do something about North Korea right now," said Kim Min-soo, a preacher at the All-World Church who was waving a U.S. flag in one hand and a South Korean flag in the other. People in North Korea are praising Jesus in underground churches, and South Korea is doing nothing about it, so it is up to Trump to free them.